Yo, what's up, everyone? So, Irene from Red Velvet is back, and she has her first full-length album. This one's titled "Biggest Fan," and it was released on March 30th. There are 6 versions: "You're My," "I'm Your," "Compact," "Baby," "Smart Album," and 2 TV versions: "Smart Album White" and "Pink." Uh, This is going to be very interesting. I wonder if it has some of her older single songs. Let's see here. There's a total of 10 tracks. "Biggest Fan," "Best Believe," "Don't Want to Get Up," "Face to Face," "Million Miles Away," "Love Can Make a Way," "Spit It Out," "Black Halo," "MTV," "My Timeless Video," and "Wasteland." Um, Looking at it, yeah, I'm looking right here, and it's pretty much. I think it's just really cool that she's released. You know, she finally has her own full length album. Other members have had their releases, and I just think that's pretty good. Um, I'm just looking here right now because yeah, she had a mini album. I was like, wasn't it just recently, or not recently, but it was 2 years ago? She had like a flower, and yeah, pretty much that was a 8 track mini album. This one has about I think if anything, it's just that, yeah, let's just be happy that she is continuing to release, and anyone from Red Velvet are still releasing music if you are a big fan. But yeah, hope this one goes well. Let's go ahead and check it out. Biggest Fan, Irene.
잘 봐 이 문을 열면 드러나는 my world 다채로운 이 aura 다 내 안에 있어 순간 마주친 2눈 너도 날 따라 smile 방금 보였던 마음 난 알면서 아닌 척 stop 지금 난 beautiful 수없이 그렸던 장면 속 내가 있어 지나온 시간 속 열린 내 세상들 모든 순간 나를 다 빛내 shine I'm your biggest fan You just say it 더 크게 사랑한다 외쳐 babe I'm your biggest fan You know I am Yeah 어디서든 빛이 나서 눈을 떼질 못해 Looking at me, looking at you Looking at me, looking at you Looking at me 아니란 말을 또 You're my biggest fan Looking at me, looking at you Looking at me, looking at you Looking at me 또 나를 보는 눈 이제 날 것 같아 걱정
Okay, yeah, this was Irene's biggest fan, and keep that screen capture. Okay, thoughts. While I was listening to the song, there's parts of the music video where it was just closing my eyes and just grooving and just getting into the song, and it's definitely catchy. Um, but every time I was watching that first part of the music video, I'm gonna go back to it.
잘 봐 이 문을 열면 드러나는 my world 다채로운 이 aura 다 내 안에 있어.
So it started off and showcasing Irene's beauty, and I thought that was pretty cool. But then
순간 마주친 두 눈 너도 날 따라 smile.
I don't know what they were trying to accomplish in the beginning part, because it seems like you got two different parts when you get you got the subway area, and then you of course you get the the fashion video portion.
방금 보였던 마음 난 알면서 아닌 척 stop. 지금 난
Um, yeah, this is the part that I wish they didn't start with, because the second part of the video is actually pretty lively with the choreography and the fashion angle. This one, I don't know. It just didn't work for me. And I'm trying to think. Sometimes when I watch these music videos and I try to think about what is the cinematographer or the director, what were they trying to plan with the music video, and I could see what they were doing with Irene throughout the music video, showcasing her as this pop fashion icon, right?
beautiful 수없이 그렸던 장면 속 내가 있어.
And I was just trying to figure out, I was like, what are they trying to promote? Like she's internationally well known. It was just something that I was trying to figure out what was the director's intention. Now, once we get to this part of the music video,
Looking at me 나를 보는 눈
after a minute in,
이제 날 것 같아 걱정 따위는 pass 너에게도 줄게 Bye yeah 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 내가 솔직할래 처음에 좋은 대로 매일이 후회 없이 Alright yeah 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 날 깨운 네 마음 반짝인 confidence 하루를
and I could see that then everything becomes more fashion oriented. I start to like the colors a little bit more, and just I think things work a lot better towards the second half of this music video. The first half is just more. I don't know how am I going to say this. It just something just was a little off. Um, but for the most part, I think while I was just like focusing on the music, and I said, this is really catchy, really cool. Um, but one thing I just when I think about Irene, and even when she was doing her music, let me go back to let's see if I could find something here. Maybe I can't. It was no, I think it was one of those collab videos that she did. I just remembered something from around that was it 2020? Oh yeah, when she did that with Irene and Solgi with Monster. That was awesome. And so, I think from that point you kind of wondered what kind of music will she be releasing, because that one definitely had a girl crush vibe. Um, and then later on, years later, because this is 2020, here we are with 2026. I think it seems like it seems like how to really capitalize on her music, what kind of music, and the music part is actually pretty good. I found it very catchy. The song is really catchy. I was listening to it, but I think also in this crowded market, especially with Red Velvet being internationally known, um, the thing is that you really have to nail down on the type of artist they want to accomplish. Wendy with her vocals, Solgi, she really captures the again vocals and like girl crush. But Irene, it's just it's just very interesting because you expect so much because she's such a visual member of Red Velvet, and even when she had her solo debut mini album, um, like a flower, it's just I felt that it had a really cool charm about it that I found really cool. And one thing she's very good at, she's very diverse because even from that mini album, I recall it being with each track being very different from each other in terms of you get you do have the pop music, right, but then just the mixtures of um, like 808 bass and mid-tempo pop. It's just there's it was a really even you know um, with synth style and acoustic soft guitar. There's just so much. So I'm kind of wondering of how her new album will be, and I'm hoping that, um, yeah, I hope it does well. It's just the thing is that music video wise, I was hoping to see a music video that really captivates her her charm, her beauty, and it she does that towards the second half, more the fashion icon. But the thing is that um, it kind of reminded me of another K-pop star, where they had the news clip and so forth, and yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know, it just seems really weird because this is something you'd probably see from like a new indie artist versus someone who's well established. And in a way, there's just part of me because I really enjoy Irene, and for those of you who have listened to me react to Red Velvet music videos, I've watched them twice in concert, and I absolutely love this group. And it's just as we get as times change, I guess you could say, um, I just I they have a style that really works well, and it's almost when you see even like members with Blackpink, they stay within that same realm of style. Even even when people from aespa and other groups, they tend to stay with the same style. Though I think one of the few differences has to be the Seraphim's Ha Yun Jin. Her solo stuff is totally different, but her solo stuff is she's a songwriter. She plays her own guitar, makes her own music. That that puts her in a different category. With Irene though, I don't know. I guess having when I saw her with Monster with Solgi, I thought that was pretty 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 awesome. And there's part of me that wants to see more of that style, but at the same time, I know we're not going to get that. It's just she's a diverse pop star, can do different styles of music. Um, if anything, I want to hear her full length album to get an idea of what kind of direction they were going, because I think it's going to be like her last mini album where you're going to have a mix of different styles. So I'm looking right now. Yep, yeah, it's similar where they really showcase pop music and it looks like the comments are like it's a dream type of atmosphere and yeah. See, the lyrics contains a sincere message of wanting to convey a positive influence to fans based on the precious values that has to be yet realized. Okay.
비추는 light 숨기지 말아줘 너의 그 진심을 더 크게 louder 네 맘을 막지 마 I'm your biggest fan
See, I like this part
You
right
just
there.
say it
It showcases the choreograph. I like the colors. I like the way things were structured. And see, when you have something like this, it's just really cool to look at. I mean, just looking at it right now, you don't have to have a lot of stuff to make things cool, but just having the placements of the fashion, you know, the various materials, the clothing, and everything, you know what it is already just by looking at it. But just this one taking your focus with everyone wearing the black and white, and of course she's the only one that's not wearing that. With she has more of the white. I thought I liked that contrast. I mean, everything worked very well. It's just I don't know what was this, not this one, but it was just I don't know what what was the plan for this. I think they were saying, oh, okay, well, there's supermodels on the train, but they know who's who Irene is. I don't know what the plan was, and for me, the music video just took me out. I just actually started listening to the music, and then once that part was over, and once they started to focus more on Solgi as a performer versus her saying hi to a lot of people, and I just felt the more they focus on her, the better. Capitalize on that, capitalize on that. Showcase her beauty, showcase the style that she's been known for, showcase the choreography, and you get more of that towards the second half. Again, I really like the once it moves towards the fashion portion and the choreograph with the better camera work and lighting, as you can see right here. I mean, there's a lot of choreography used, and it's just the thing is that I don't know. I just it's just a very it's just a very interesting video with two halves, and I like the second half better. I think that's fair to say, right? So, okay, everyone, you take care, and I'll see you later. Wink, wink, Anna.